it.
You told Tori she looks great, and she looks like she's ready to change my spark plug.
Let's get the carburetors going. We were all, of course, speculating last week, would the show and the host, Trevor Noah, make jokes about Will Smith's Oscar slap? Well, now we know.
We're going to be dancing, we're going to be singing, we're going to be keeping people's names out of our mouths, and we're going to be giving out awards.
I think they were appropriate for where they were coming from. We expect that from SNL. It wouldn't be SNL without them talking about it over and over again. But also the fact that the Grammys touched on it and moved on as to not take away from anyone else's moment was exactly the right thing to do.
Now, Louis was canceled, quote unquote, and cut out of comedy over sexual misconduct, but has since come back to win this prestigious award.
When you do something illegal, you deserve to go to jail.
I agree.
When you say something that you have a mistake for, you don't need to disappear. Okay? That's where we're at, and that's why I don't agree with cancel culture in today's day and age, because you're using it as a tool to silence my voice. If I have an opinion about something, you want me silenced and I have to drive Uber to support my family for an opinion? But 1 week ago, Will Smith assaulted somebody on stage, and we're saying, what's the road for him to come back? He assaulted somebody.
We've talked a lot about divisive things that are in our country and how we're now essentially a nation of tribes, the left and the right. But is it time for us to stop being so divided and to start actually talking to each other, actually listening?
We have way too much divisiveness on how to even pronounce that word. I'm not even sure still.
It does show us when there's something like Ukraine or 9/11 that we can come together. So we know it's possible. I love arguing. That's the best thing to do. I think it's very cathartic. And also, like, when we argue, I feel like that's a gift to me because you're opening up your mind to me and showing me how you think.
He resigned from the Academy, saying his actions at the Oscars were shocking, painful, and inexcusable. The Academy responded saying they accepted his resignation, but they are still going to move forward with their own disciplinary action.
His punishment is very much being a prisoner in his own body at this point, and any of us who have messed up royally, as I certainly have, know what the backlash and aftermath of that is. But I do think that people don't want to see his demise as much as they believe they want to see it.
Frito-Lay just announced it's adding, get this, Cracker Jill to its lineup with the brand's newest mascot in 125 years. I think the whole thing screams stupid.
Oh, okay. I didn't know
Sorry,
I didn't know where you were going to go with that.
Because I don't think anyone's asking for this. Pay us more. Give us more media attention. Do not change things on the surface like Cracker Jill, which makes us look stupid. Nobody cares. You're just changing the subject. You're distracting from the real point. Women don't get enough media attention on their sports. Therefore, the dollars don't come in. I don't care about Cracker Jill.
The way social media runs this country is just bizarro world to me. The way executive producers are bowing down to social media, the way Frito-Lay is bowing down to the pandering, they don't care about this cause. You're doing that to sell more of your Cracker Jacks or of your product. You're not doing any data. You're not supporting the women's movement.
The first openly transgender NCAA Division I athlete, swimmer, educator, and activist Skylar Bates.
This attempt to enforce a policing of women's bodies in order to exclude trans women polices all women's bodies. At what point is a girl too tall, too fast, too strong, too quote-unquote masculine to then be accused of being transgender and potentially considered, quote, not woman enough?
House Speaker Nancy Pelosi tested positive for COVID yesterday. But then you look back to, was it like a week ago? She was kissing President Biden on the cheek.
On Tuesday.
Right. So is this close contact?
According to the CDC, this is not close contact because you have to be at less than 6 feet for at least 15 minutes. But I think the CDC definition is absurd. Certainly, I think the president could have been exposed.
They've been belting out the hits since 1994. And here to talk about that journey, please welcome their lead singer, Pat Monahan.
Yeah. In your song Drops of Jupiter, you say a line that says, heaven is overrated. Why did you choose that line?
My mother had passed, and she came to me in a dream and was like, I can do all these things now, including swim through the planets and come back with drops of Jupiter in my hair. But I'd rather be there with you. Like, heaven is overrated.
Oh
like,
my God.
This, you should really pay attention to your life because this is important.